Hey folks, it's Johnny Flynn. People are saying, hey, what are you going to do when you get to Washington? I say, well, the first thing I will do is make the Janet Reno guidelines of FBI confidential informants a law. Because what good is a guideline? I want you to follow this story. It's extremely important because it deals with my congressman. So let's expose him because he used a confidential informant in Connecticut to safeguard Bank America, his largest donor. And it's unconscionable that there was a 3-year sting operation in East Haven that Senator Murphy bragged about, when in fact they robbed Greenwich Global LP. So, keep this in mind. That's Ray Epps on the screen. You must follow this story. Here we go. I'll turn up the volume. You've got to watch it, folks. It's critical.
This is the very last thing that happens before the breach. You've got Ray Epps whispering into this guy's ear, and this is the moment of breach. You know, if you were the January 6th committee, wouldn't you want to know what Ray Epps whispered into that individual's ear? And here, this is the moment of breach. Epps, part of the breach squad.
Confidential informants, folks. Thousands of them.
So, I mean, this is just the information that has been pieced together by citizens, by small media outlets. Imagine if we actually had the powers of the January 6th committee, the powers of the federal government to understand why Ray Epps, the evening of the 5th, is out telling people dispassionately, professionally, with laser focus that the objective is to enter the United States Capitol building. And then on the 6th, it's not the Proud Boys who engage in the initial breach.
Let's move forward.
It's Ray captured by those who were the true insurrectionists. Congresswoman Green?
Thank you.
Attention business owners, to help you through the current situation, we're offering you a free...
Very much, and I think that's an incredible point that Congressman Gates just made. It's very important for the Republican voice to go to be heard today, because it's the Republican voice and the Republican voter and the Trump supporter that has been smeared constantly over this past year.
Smear tactics.
I want you all to know that on January 6th, I was very upset with what happened that day, and it was...
Now, Pelosi has been making statements training them, which I have, to make these smear attacks, okay? So this is Pelosi's hacks, and Blumenthal and Murphy and Himes, my 3 representatives, all vote her propaganda 97% of the time. Who's responsible for the January 6th attack? If I was Jim Himes, I would be worried, because he's being accused by Comey for the Russian collusion story. And Comey was Connecticut's FBI head. So let's continue.
Because it completely interrupted the work that we had worked very hard on all throughout Christmas, preparing for January 6th to object on behalf of Americans that felt their votes had been stolen. And I think it's important to recognize that our own Federal Election Commission has an error rate by law that is 0.0008%. And it's important to point out that elections are very serious, and they're taken that way by all Americans. Don't forget that Bernie Sanders felt that his election was stolen by Hillary Clinton. Don't forget that Hillary Clinton forgot that her election was stolen. And I'll tell you, being from Georgia, Stacey Abrams still thinks she won in 2018, and she's running again. But here's some things that we do need to discuss. You know, I'm one of those people, and I'm not shy to tell you, I don't trust our government, and that's another reason why I ran for Congress, is because I felt like it's our government that is screwing everything up for the American people. But after what we've seen on January 6th and the videos that Congressman Gates just walked through, I can tell you right now I don't trust our government even more. When I went through the DC jail, I'll tell you who I did not see. I did not see Ray Epps. I didn't see him in there wasting away for months on end, being denied his due process rights, being denied the ability to see his family, to get medical treatment, to get a haircut and shave. I didn't see him in there. You know who else I didn't see? I didn't see a man named John Sullivan, a man that has participated in Antifa, BLM riots and the whole entire movement, but then all of a sudden decided to be a Trump supporter on January 6th. The same guy that was in the Capitol and filmed Ashley Babbitt's murder and then sold his videos to media outlets. He's not in the D.C. jail under Deputy Warden Kathleen Landerkin. So I think we have a lot of questions to ask, and the people that should be answering the questions is our FBI and our Department of Justice.
Now, Himes, my congressman, has FBI, CIA oversight, and he's allowing people to sit in a jail for a year, and he had 535 Trump supporters arrested, but not Black Lives Matter people dressed as Trump supporters. Did not have Epps arrested, who's a confidential informant, working for the FBI. It was approved. It was undocumented. It was criminally concealed, and it was a violent act, and he orchestrated it from the top. Now, there is a confidential informant in Connecticut who tried to kill a cop named Dealey, tried to kill a cop named Lamb, and tried to kill John Flynn. Me. Okay? I went to Himes. What happened? Oh, I'll look into it. I need 6 more months. Meanwhile, he has an assistant that was stabbed 39 times. Sutherland. Look into it. Sutherland is the Seth Rich of Hillary Clinton. And, I might add, Will Haskell just quit. Dennis Bradley, who is also a Himes staffer, just got indicted. Folks, when a congressman knows about a crime, he took a duty to enforce the Constitution and those amendments. What I'm saying is my congressman is approving violent felonies. Okay? There's no other explanation. Oh, he took a bribe from OxyContin, Purdue Pharma. They've never been criminally prosecuted. Why? Because Himes is on the payroll. He didn't go after Bernie Madoff criminally. No, he didn't. Not for years. And he took an annual bribe from Bank America, his largest donor. Should I leave this at 8 minutes? I am saying my congressman is responsible for the January 6th riot. Yeah. FBI oversight. He's responsible for what else? The Russian collusion story from the get-go. Blumenthal, my opponent, blames Comey. Comey blames Himes. Himes is not an American. Born in Peru. Not loyal. He's a progressive leftist, Epps enabling. Now, why hasn't he investigated his informants that aren't documented? No documentation as far as Mike Getz is concerned. Marjorie Taylor Greene can't get the evidence. Christopher Reyes won't give up the evidence. And these are congressmen requesting evidence about violent felons. And they're working for your congressional seat. Jim Himes, who the Democrats in Connecticut want to replace. So I say, where's Peter Lamage? Where is he? That's his district. Step up or step down. Sorry. Hey, Ben, why don't you call the guy? Explain to him what is going on here. Lamage can't beat Blumenthal. He won't even debate him. But guess what? Guess what? There's things in place you're not aware of. And telling people I don't know what I'm talking about, while you have one day to retract your statements. One day. Because I don't appreciate what you're doing. And the things I'm hearing are disturbing, okay? We need to get together and focus our effort for 3 months. We have 90 days, folks, to get it right. Get it right and pick up the ball and run with it. Or you can punt. I don't advise punting. This is a winner-take-all strategy. We need a guy to run against Senate Majority Leader Duff. Who's that? Will Haskell's seat is up for grabs, not just because he's going to law school, folks. He's never answered a single question I've ever posed to him. Do you know how many that is? Quite a few. So here we go. Behind the Patriots' approach to the Capitol, the National Guard, Trump requested the National Guard be there to keep the peace. Okay? Trump requested the National Guard. Why did the mayor of Washington not allow them? Because this is a top-down from Jim Himes and Adam Schiff on the Intelligence Committee, okay? Putting prisoners, political prisoners, who oppose their takeovers through H.R. 1, takeovers, okay? And what? Now comes the filibuster. They're going to go after the Senate and destroy it. You need to vote for Johnny Flynn, and you need to send me $5 now. If you don't, we're not going to win, and if you do, we will. I got this, folks. Jim Himes has got a capias writ filed against him by me. For what? For what he did with Bernie Madoff. What he did with Bank of America. What he did with Quicken Riley, Fiserv, computer shares. He's on the Finance Committee. He's a Goldman Sachs guy. Look into David Lehman. Do I have to? No one else is. Okay, I'll do it. But you know what? We got to get together on this, and I don't see the money coming in yet. And if it doesn't rain, I can't bring the thunder. Okay? If it doesn't rain, I can't bring the thunder. Make it rain. Meet me at Rainmaker at Mohegan Sun in March, and we'll outline it on stage. We'll talk. We'll give everyone the mic. Oh, and the next thing. Did you see Diane Sarr going after Chuck Schumer? Diane, a friend of mine. We're amassing candidates to go against Nadler, AOC, Wasserman Schultz. They're coming to our Florida events, all 6 or 5. Not sure how many we're going to have. And I want to thank Karen Turk, the lovely Miss Florida. See you soon. This is an insurrection, all right. It's from the FBI. What do we call it? Oh, Matt Getz called it a Fed-surrection. Yeah. Well, the Fed was the FBI is a criminal enterprise. Been there twice this week, by the way. They refused to arrest Judge Underhill. And guess what? I know who the agents are. Yeah, they're in trouble. With me, the only way we fix this problem is take away the guidelines, make it a law. That's the first thing I do when I get to the U.S. Senate. And the second one's probably even bigger. But this one is caused the Capitol They say it's an insurrection. I don't believe it's an insurrection at all. I met with MyPillow's Mike Lindell's friend in Phoenix, Arizona, at an event for CTRA, and I have the data on the hack of the election, and it's real. 3,900 votes from Stamford, Connecticut was flipped from Trump to Biden. It's a fact, Jack. They're surveilling those satellites. Yeah, they are surveilling those satellites that did the hack. They know the router that was hacked, every IP address, how many votes were switched, at what time it was hacked, and you can see the voting totals change right in front of your eyes. So we have state senators in Connecticut, I'm told, Republican, conservative state senators that don't believe that the election in Connecticut was hacked. Okay. I have contacted every presidential candidate in Connecticut in the 2020 race. There were 13. Do you know how many votes they got? I do. Denise Merrill says 0. Well, look on my phone and you'll see 21 ballots of people who voted for a presidential candidate that got 0 votes. So don't tell me this isn't rigged. Don't tell me. It's rigged, all right. Stacey Abrams is right. Oh, I love it. I call her Majin Buu for good reason. Have a great day. Yeah. Look at the Epps tapes. He's a confidential informant. He's an organizer, and he's working for Jim Himes. Have a great day. Flynn 2022.